President Trump thanks One America News for our coverage of the alleged Dayton, Ohio shooter. The president praised OAN in a tweet today for acknowledging the fact the gunman had a history of supporting political figures like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Antifa. The president said fake news outlets have purposefully omitted the Ohio shooter's political leanings now that it appears he had liberal and anti-Trump beliefs. He said he hopes other news outlets will start reporting like One America News. Karen McKinney has warned the alleged shooter's social media post.
We're learning more about the Ohio mass shooter, who was a self-described leftist. Tweets from the deceased gunman's now suspended Twitter page are surfacing after the massacre in Dayton left 9 people, including his own sister, dead and dozens more injured. On his social media page, the 24-year-old shooter expressed support for Satanism, Antifa, and 2020 Democrat presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren. In one tweet, he wrote, quote, "I want socialism, and I'll not wait for the idiots to come around to understanding." And when it came to President Trump winning the election in 2016, he tweeted, "This is bad." It's important to note he even blamed gun violence on Republicans. And in February of last year, he tweeted at GOP Ohio Senator Rob Portman, "How much money did they pay you to look the other way? 17 kids are dead," in reference to the Parkland massacre. At this point, police have not announced a motive for the Dayton shooting, but former classmates say the 24-year-old had a violent streak even in high school. According to the Associated Press, former classmates said the shooter was suspended back in 2012 for writing a kill list for boys and a rape list for girls in the school bathroom. For his part, the president touched on mental health.
We must reform our mental health laws to better identify mentally disturbed individuals who may commit acts of violence and make sure those people not only get treatment, but when necessary, involuntary confinement. Mental illness and hatred pulls the trigger, not the gun.
Democrats in the mainstream media have largely left this story untouched as they continue to assign some fault to the president for the shootings. However, this argument falls apart, even when looking at the shooter in El Paso. In his manifesto, he makes clear his racist and anti-immigrant sentiments, neither of which are beliefs supported by Republicans.
In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. These sinister ideologies must be defeated.
He even notes his opinions predate President Trump and his 2016 campaign. But most crucially, he gives an explanation for why he did what he did. And that in part involves making way for the social programs championed by the left, such as universal health care and universal basic income. He also parrots other left-wing talking points by accusing unchecked corporations of taking over the government and of destroying the environment. That's why President Trump is asking the nation to put politics aside and to come together and pass bipartisan legislation to address gun violence. Karen McKinney, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.